So this video is mostly going to be body work on the FC. I cut a panel off camera and welded it under my fuel door because I had some pretty bad rot on this part of the chassis. And I just went slow, didn't put too much heat into the quarter panel. I didn't want to warp the bodywork. And then I smoothed it out with a flap disc. A lot of this I did off camera because it's kind of hard to film. But after everything was welded up, I took some body filler, went over a few times, and you can actually see here I can access the backside of this repair panel. So off camera, I took some Pour 15, cleaned that area up, and painted it. I sanded with a pretty low grit to start, just to get as much of that Bondo knocked down as I could. And then I took some of this glazing putty, which is good at filling pinholes and imperfections in the Bondo. Then I sanded that down, and once everything was smooth, I hit it with some primer. Pretty happy with how this repair turned out. So there's a lot to do on the FC, mainly body work and pulling off bumpers, and then getting the KBD kit installed and priming. So the car right now is still in various shades of black and silver, and we're just gonna go through, finish getting whatever rust there is on the body dealt with, and then we can start priming it. I'm sealing the whole car with this Duplicolor primer. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the body kit with, because it's like a type of plastic, and I know a lot of paint doesn't stick to that. But yeah, we have to pull these OEM front and rear bumpers off as well. And I still want to go along this trunk area with a little bit more body filler, because some of the areas where I deleted, like right here, you can see where I filled these holes for the spoiler. You can still see some of the dips, so that'll need another quick skim of Bondo. Anyways, yeah, first up, I'm gonna push the car forward to get more room back here to work, because it's really starting to get cold out. Never mind, I'm way too weak to push. I'm way too weak to push the car forward. So I'm gonna open the garage, because that's not gonna work. Check this little guy out. Honda Passport from the 80s. I have the plastic fairing downstairs, but look at this. 270 kilometers. So we can add the Passport to our little collection of Hondas to get running this coming summer. So at the back here, I repaired this previous attempt at deleting the third brake light, and this turned out a lot better. The bodywork back here was a little bit wavy to begin with, but I definitely think this is an improvement. And because you can see the other side of the panel, I was able to go back and check if I got enough penetration, if there was any holes in my welds. So I just took my time and filled them up and put some etching primer on. So if your car is not in the greatest condition like mine, you're probably going to have a hard time getting these fenders off. A lot of the fasteners, especially up here, just broke. So I actually used my impact just to snap them off, because they were all rusted out. Anyways, that was such a headache to get this fender off. But the bumper is off on this side. It just kind of fell off because there wasn't much holding it on. So I'm going to remove this fender. And then you guys can see here, I mocked up this vent, which I'm going to grind that down and properly weld it. But I really like the look of those vents on some of the fiberglass fenders, but I don't want to spend the money. So I'm going to do the same on this side. And then throw the new front bumper on. So I'm just working on the rear bumper here. And basically, the way this rear bumper cover comes off, you have all of these holes along the body of the car. This one in particular got all warped, but I can bang that back with a hammer. Some of the screws were obviously stripped. That one in particular I had to cut off. And then underneath, there's also these little hanging brackets. This gives you a much better look at how the bumper attaches. And there's this long metal bracket. But yeah, this was the spot that I had to cut, as you can see. Anyways, I've had the bumper on the front lawn, but it's October, so it's not that hot. Basically, I've been trying to put hot water on the plastic body panels, so we're gonna have to see if we can get that bumper to shape up.